Okay, hello everyone. Yeah, so my name is Mikael Leinonen and I'm the CEO and co-founder of MyGamez. MyGamez is a publisher of high-quality Western game titles in China market. And before I get started, a quick poll. Anybody else having a huge jet lag here besides me? Excellent. Great. Yep. Before I go to my slides, I promised to our co-sponsor, PopUp Store, who is also our dear partner, to introduce their stuff with one slide. So PopUp Store is providing official fan store for game IPs. So they have a design, manufacturing, logistics, and the online store solution that is linked to your game, available as a turnkey solution for any game IPs who are interested to do the same as what Rovio has been doing extremely successfully on the merchandise items. So if you find this interesting, you will find their booth there together with our booth. So please go to talk with them. Okay, then back to MyGamez and China business. And I think the previous presenters have pretty nicely already established the importance of China market. So I don't have to go to praise that anymore. But we talked to a lot of Western developers, and we are publishing with some very nice titles like Hill Climb Racing, Badland, Benji Bananas, etc. And we take a slightly, I would say, completely opposite approach to what we saw just now, the beautiful example from Chukung doing the perfectly localized or culturalized game for China market. So we are keeping our Western titles as Western titles. So we are riding on the market demand for cool foreign stuff. So there is big demand for localized stuff, but there's also big demand for Western cultural stuff in China. So we are focusing on that side right now. And for most of the developers that we talk to, actually all of them, they find publishing in China is a big headache that they rather not think about. And our mission, quite simply, is to make game publishing in China simple and safe and profitable. Okay. So it's time to go to China right now. I think it has become quite clear today. Still we get so many developers saying that I don't want to publish my game in China because there's so much piracy. But the fact is, the piracy is there, and no matter you go there or you don't go there, if your game is good and if it's published on Google Play, it will be in China, downloaded and played by Chinese consumers. There are so many companies in China instantly hacking the top games from Google Play or any other Android platform and distributing them to all the biggest stores and the smallest ones as well. So it doesn't take you to go to China to get your game published. So our suggestion is to all game developers, go to China and try to defend yourself, try to get the revenues instead of just giving up. And really the only way to combat the piracy is to have a good publisher who is getting the legit version to the biggest stores there. And we give the good, once the game is making good revenue in China and the stores are getting split of that revenue, which is much better than what any of the hacked versions can provide them, then it's easy to get the hacked versions removed from the stores and replaced with the original game. That will assure that you can provide the gamers the quality that they deserve, and also assure that you will get your share of the revenue that belongs to you. So don't worry about the piracy, just go there and establish your presence in China. That's the only thing you should do. Then the billing is probably the biggest problem in China right now. As the Android market is so scattered, there are hundreds of stores that you have to work with, easily have to work with a dozen of different stores if you want to cover majority of the market. And there is no unified billing system for all these stores, and most of the biggest stores, they are very strong. They have their own billing mechanism that they want you to use. You have to integrate several different SDKs, different revenue shares, and it becomes pretty difficult for especially small developers to tackle with that workload. And also you tend to lose on the revenue shares there. Excuse me, I need to get some. Right. Right, so there are a lot of billing options in China available. There are online billing methods like Alipay, PayEco, etc. Tencent has their own coin systems, and a lot of the other stores also have their own virtual currencies. But is that effective? For some games it is. For online games, online billing methods is surely okay. But for casual games, around 70% of the gamers, they are still preferring to play their games offline. So asking them to go online to do a payment transaction on the game is actually killer for your conversion rates. So in that sense, for casual games, operator billing is right now the most efficient way, because the operator SMS-based billing is working always, no matter you are online or offline. But for operator billing, there are also a lot of options or versions. There are those that are perfectly legit ones, and there are those that are kind of on a gray area, so-called old SP billing codes that should not be used anymore, but they are still around. And a lot of the smaller publishers in China, they are actually offering to use these gray area billing codes that will give the developer zero visibility to the actual billing data, will also give you very bad discrepancy rate, and simply no control on seeing how much revenue your game is actually getting. So when you arrange your billing in China, make sure it's legal, it's transparent for you, it's efficient, and make sure that you get a good revenue share as well. So our solution with MyGamez is that we focus on the casual games, and we work closely with the operators. So we have a direct relationship with China Mobile and China Unicom, the two biggest operators, with no agent or middleman in between. We get the perfectly legal billing codes directly from the operator. And we have managed to get ourselves in a situation where all our channel partners are agreeing to use our billing for our hit games. So that means that there's only single one SDK integration that our developer needs to do to cover all the channels. And all the channels we cover with the same revenue share model, which is very good for the developer. So there's no differences in the business models, no differences in the payment methods. Okay, then about our distribution. This is something very interesting happening in China right now that I would like to share with you regarding the race of the manufacturers, the device brands. So It used to be in the past that the device brands were very strong with the content game distribution platform preloading, and that one is repeating itself in China now. And on the Android side, Android is on a devices. Android is more than 80% of the smartphones already in China. Samsung is running strong there. They are still number one, but Lenovo is in the China market almost head-to-head, shoulder to shoulder with Samsung in terms of volumes. They shipped already more than 20 million Android devices last year. Xiaomi, the rising star, is already also shipped almost 20 million devices last year. And all the other top 10 device brands in China on Android are local brands. And they are finding themselves more and more powerful in the market, and they are also finding that having content in the devices is very important for them in terms of engaging their consumers, in terms of getting additional revenue streams. So we work with all the top 10 device manufacturers in China, get the best games preloaded to the devices so that when consumers buy the phone, there will be best games from MyGamez on the home screen already. In addition to that, all those device manufacturers, they run their own stores, so we of course also publish there. Another interesting area in China market is the retail distributors. So there are big handset retail chains that operate thousands of brick and mortar handset retail stores across the country. And even those guys have their hands on in the content business, so they are installing their own content to the devices that they sell. No matter it's Samsung or whether it's Huawei or CTE phone, they will install their own stuff before they sell it. And I'm not going to comment whether this is ethical or not, but it's very efficient way, because they're doing it in the stores when consumers go to buy their smartphones, and this is very important. There is still only 55% smartphone penetration rate in China, so big part of the new smartphone buyers is their first smartphone ever. So it's very effective when we have the sales assistant in the retail store saying, hey, this is your new phone, would you like us to install a couple of games and a couple of other applications and show you how to use them. So this is an extremely interesting model for user acquisition that I find is probably quite China-specific. Don't think will be coming to Western markets, at least in 2014. But in addition to those, we are of course publishing with the operator stores and also the bigger independent, third-party download stores like 9.1, Baidu, etc. So with the strong presence in the devices, we are able to penetrate most part of the market, because simply all the smartphone gamers, they do have the smartphone. So I'm probably running out of time. So I'd like to say that we are extremely happy to be here today. And yesterday we saw so many exciting new games in the indie track, and we are looking forward to find the new Badlands and Hill Climb Racers and Benji Bananas and take them to China in a way that is safe for the game developer, it's profitable, and it's also easy. So please come to visit our booth, and thank you very much.